Hello everybody. A friend of mine just sent me this video and I want all of you to see this. It's another example of fluoroquinolone antibiotics and their devastating effects worldwide, not just in the United States. So to break down the story in a couple of minutes, the story is about someone named Sven Forstman who took fluoroquinolone antibiotics 5 years ago. He was prescribed levofloxacin for urinary tract infection. After taking one pill of levofloxacin, he searched the internet. He discovered how dangerous that antibiotic is, and per the FDA in the United States, fluoroquinolones should be prescribed as last resort. Once he realized that he should not have been prescribed levofloxacin as first choice, he went to the hospital to order a milder antibiotic. What did they give him instead? Ciprofloxacin, in the same family as levofloxacin, both fluoroquinolones. So 2 pills later, Sven is like many of us, suffering from fluoroquinolone toxicity, and he's a lot like me because he was floxed after 3 pills and became wheelchair bound. Also like me and many other people that are floxed, Sven was very healthy and active before taking a fluoroquinolone. After those 3 pills, for anyone that's floxed, we know exactly how this story is going to go. Sven said he could barely get out of bed, brush his teeth, couldn't even brush his hair, and then the muscle weakness developed. The story also goes on to show that Sven meets with Dr. Sven Forstman, who discusses how fluoroquinolone toxicity syndrome is so severe and fluoroquinolone antibiotics are so dangerous because these ailments are long-lasting. They may not be able to be completely cured and may be irreversible. I do because that was Dr. Pipa's exact quote. The video goes on to give a great explanation about how fluoroquinolones destroy our bodies. So basically, a fluoroquinolone antibiotic kills bacteria, like all antibiotics kill bacteria. But fluoroquinolones are worse because they are so powerful and systemic, synthetic antibiotics. At the same time that they're destroying bad bacteria, they can also destroy healthy tissue. The most common damage is connective tissue. That's why our bodies physically get so destroyed. And you hear of people becoming very stiff, like me, couldn't move at all. And you also hear people becoming the opposite, developing hypermobility. You hear them saying that they have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Fluoroquinolones also cause tendons to inflame or tear, and muscles and joints also become inflamed. This is often accompanied by severe pain, 10 out of 10. This becomes a serious threat when collagen is also affected. And this is because when collagen is impacted, it breaks down the walls of blood vessels and can cause aneurysms, which is what the FDA recognized in 2018 with another black box warning for aortic aneurysms. Dr. Pipa goes on to state, quotes, "The substance is extremely harmful to nerves, affecting the small nerve fibers and causing excessive pain. Although perhaps worst of all is side effect affecting mitochondria, which are basically the powerhouse cells. So when your mitochondria are damaged and impaired, energy production in the cells are insufficient, and patients are often so exhausted they can't even get out of bed, plus they are in pain." Another good point made in this video, and I'm going to quote again, "The healthcare system does not fund many therapies, and that is doubly bitter because those affected are often unable to work, at least not on a regular basis, and experience financial difficulties, severe financial difficulties, just to try to survive." And now Sven, 5 years later, is still wheelchair bound, still trying to seek treatments, and he has become, like many of us floxies, an advocate in the prevention of fluoroquinolone toxicity syndrome. So I will close and say this is a very informative video. First of all, showing that fluoroquinolones affect people everywhere, not just in the United States. It shows how uninformed medical professionals are across the world, not just in the United States. For Sven to go to the hospital and seek out a milder antibiotic and be given ciprofloxacin, which is the same family, it just shows the lack of knowledge around these antibiotics. I know from personal experience, I have written in my charts that I am allergic to fluoroquinolone antibiotics, and I cannot tell you how many times people have asked, what are fluoroquinolone antibiotics? They know the words levofloxacin, ciprofloxacin, but they don't understand the fluoroquinolone piece. And these are medical professionals here in the United States. So you can imagine it's much worse in other countries. And finally, this gives a great overview and explanation of how fluoroquinolones really, just to say it bluntly, tear our bodies to shreds, literally destroying every fiber of our body by damaging our mitochondria, attacking our collagen, our small nerve fibers. Really, we don't stand a chance. Nobody stands a chance against a fluoroquinolone. Please watch and repost. It is a very informative video. Sven, I am so sorry that you are part of this unfortunate club. This is a club no one wants to be part of, and I always hate to hear these stories, and now never surprised at how many stories there are. We need to keep talking about this and getting the word out so we start seeing less of these stories. This is not okay for people's lives to be stolen by antibiotics. Antibiotics are supposed to help people. That is what we've been told. They help you. And instead, this family of antibiotics do the exact opposite. They harm people. And it's not okay. And if we're not getting the support from above, we got to do a grassroots effort and expose it from below. If fluoroquinolones could go away altogether, that'd be a perfect world. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So the only thing that we can do is arm ourselves with knowledge, help other people become knowledgeable, and stop taking fluoroquinolones unless there are no other alternatives and you absolutely have no other choice. So I'll say, this video is for educational purposes only. I have to say this now going forward. Be safe. Thanks, everybody.